Money listens. It listens not to your words, but to your energy. It doesn't care about how much you beg, wish, or hope. It moves toward the person who speaks like it's already theirs. You see, confidence is not arrogance. It's not pretending. Confidence is the language of certainty, and certainty is the magnet of money. When you walk into a room and your energy says, I belong here, I create value here, I deserve to be here, the universe rearranges itself to agree with you. Because confidence isn't a mood, it's a frequency, and the moment you vibrate at that frequency, opportunities appear. Most people wait for evidence before they believe. They wait to see money before they speak rich. But that's not how abundance works. You must believe before you see. You must speak before you receive. When you speak like you already have it, when your words carry assurance, not desperation, you shift from chasing money to attracting money. That's the difference between the poor in spirit and the prosperous in soul. The poor say, I hope I make it. The prosperous say, I'm already on my way. The poor say, maybe one day. The prosperous say, it's mine, I'm aligning with it right now. Every word you say is planting a seed. And the soil of your subconscious doesn't argue, it just grows what you speak. So if your language is filled with fear, scarcity, and doubt, don't be surprised when your life reflects the same. Speak differently. Stand differently. Move differently. Money doesn't fall in love with confusion. It falls in love with clarity. It falls in love with the person who knows their worth before the world validates it. If you want to attract wealth, talk like wealth. If you want to attract opportunity, act like opportunity already trusts you. If you want the world to believe in you, believe in yourself louder than your fears whisper. Let every sentence you speak become a declaration of abundance. Let every conversation you have reflect the posture of someone who already possesses what they seek. Because here's the truth, money is energy, and energy follows certainty. It's not chasing the person who doubts, it's chasing the person who decides. So speak like you already have it. Walk like it's already yours. Think like abundance is your natural state, because it is. You're not waiting for permission to be successful. You're not waiting for proof to feel powerful. You are the proof. You are the magnet. You are the vessel through which confidence becomes currency. And the day you stop chasing money and start embodying the energy of someone who attracts it effortlessly, that's the day money stops running and starts staying. Because confidence is wealth, and wealth recognizes its own reflection. Confidence is the core currency of life. Before money ever arrives, before opportunities open, before people recognize your value, there is something invisible that moves ahead of you, your energy. And that energy is confidence. It is the signal that tells the world how to treat you, what you expect, and what you believe you deserve. You can work as hard as you want, hustle day and night, but if your energy whispers insecurity while your lips shout ambition, the universe responds to the whisper. Because it is not your effort that moves mountains, it's your belief that commands them. Confidence is not built by external approval or validation. It is the internal knowing that says, I am capable, I am worthy, and I am ready. The truth is, the world doesn't pay people based on potential, it pays people based on perception. And perception starts within. If you see yourself as valuable, others will too. If you speak as if you already have power, money, and freedom, people begin to feel it, and energy begins to align with that frequency. When you carry yourself with certainty, everything around you shifts. Money doesn't come because you need it. It comes because you attract it through your energy of self-assurance. The confident person does not beg, chase, or convince. They attract, invite, and command. Confidence tells money, I can handle you, and money always goes where it feels safe, where it feels respected, and where it feels understood. The universe operates like a mirror. It reflects back to you what you project outward. So when you project fear, scarcity, and hesitation, that's what multiplies. But when you project boldness, calmness, and belief, those vibrations bring abundance into your orbit. Confidence is not loud or showy, it's steady and consistent. It's not the roar of arrogance, but the calm voice that says, "I've got this." Every successful person you admire once stood at the edge of uncertainty, but they decided to trust themselves before anyone else did. They decided to see themselves as capable before the results showed up. And that's why results did show up, because confidence precedes evidence. Most people get that backward. They wait for something to happen before they feel worthy. They wait for success before they act successful. They wait for the money before they carry themselves like a person who has it. But life doesn't work that way. You must be the vibration before you receive the reward. You must believe you're the one before the world believes it too. Think of confidence as an invisible invitation. It tells the world, "I'm open for abundance." When you speak, people listen not to your words but to your tone, your energy, your certainty. Money works the same way. It doesn't respond to desperation. It responds to direction. Desperation repels, confidence attracts. You can have two people with the same talent, same resources, and same opportunities, but one walks with quiet conviction and the other with doubt. Guess who gets the call, the deal, the raise, the client, the opportunity? Always the one who believes in themselves, because when you are confident, you make people feel secure around you. You become someone they can trust with their energy, time, and investment. That trust turns into transactions, and transactions turn into prosperity. Confidence doesn't mean you'll never feel fear. It means you act despite fear. It means that when uncertainty whispers, you answer with faith. You don't let the presence of doubt silence the voice of your potential. Every step you take with self-assurance tells the universe, "I am ready to receive." You cannot fake true confidence. It is built through practice, through small wins, through keeping promises to yourself. Every time you say you'll do something and you follow through, your self-respect grows. And that self-respect becomes confidence, not the kind that needs to prove something, but the kind that simply knows. That's the confidence money recognizes. Money is energy. It doesn't want to stay where there is fear. It wants to live in the hands of someone who feels worthy of it, someone who can handle it responsibly and confidently. That's why people who are confident seem to attract more without even trying. They don't question whether they deserve wealth, they assume it. They don't wait for validation, they walk in conviction. Confidence turns your desires into commands. When you say, "I'm going to build wealth," and you say it with full belief, the energy behind that statement begins to pull matching experiences toward you. When you start operating with confidence, you no longer need to chase approval or comparison. You stop trying to measure your success by someone else's timeline. You realize that your path, your timing, and your energy are unique. And because you're aligned within yourself, external noise no longer shakes you. That inner steadiness becomes your advantage. People sense it, opportunities recognize it, and money gravitates toward it. The reason confidence feels magnetic is because it's rooted in peace. When you are certain of who you are, you stop forcing outcomes. You move in flow, and flow is the natural state of abundance. Confidence transforms your relationship with failure too. Instead of seeing mistakes as proof that you're not enough, you see them as feedback, as growth, as part of mastery. That shift changes everything, because now, nothing can destroy you, not rejection, not setbacks, not loss. When you stop fearing failure, you stop radiating scarcity, and that's when money starts flowing, because the energy of abundance lives in the same space as the energy of courage. The courageous don't wait for conditions to be perfect. They create them through presence, belief, and consistent action. Confidence also changes how you communicate. When you speak, your words carry weight. You stop asking for things timidly and start commanding with grace. You speak with clarity because you've already accepted the possibility of success. You understand that your words are not mere sounds. They are signals, frequencies, and vibrations that shape reality. And when your words align with unwavering self-belief, reality begins to obey. Every day you have a choice to speak like you're waiting for validation, or to speak like you already have it, to walk like you're seeking opportunity, or like opportunity seeks you. Confidence is not a gift that some people are born with. It's a discipline, a mindset, a decision you make daily. You build it by believing in yourself just one more time when doubt knocks. You strengthen it by speaking abundance when fear wants to speak lack. You feed it by standing tall even when results haven't caught up yet. The truth is, confidence is the foundation of every kind of wealth, financial, emotional, and spiritual. When you're confident, people feel it before you even say a word. They can sense that you trust yourself, and that trust invites respect, loyalty, and yes, money. You don't have to prove your worth. Your energy does it for you. You don't have to chase success. It naturally moves toward your frequency. Because in this universe, everything is responding to vibration, and confidence is the vibration of certainty. That's why confidence is the core currency of life. Long before money changes hands, energy does. And when your energy says, I'm ready, I'm worthy, I'm capable, everything you desire starts moving toward you. The confident do not wait to feel powerful, they decide to be powerful. They don't hope to attract wealth, they embody wealth in their tone, their walk, their decisions. The world cannot resist someone who has already decided to win. Money mirrors your self-worth. It reflects not just the numbers in your bank account, but the beliefs in your heart. The truth that most people never realize is this: money is emotional before it's financial. It flows in harmony with how you feel about yourself, what you believe you deserve, and the value you assign to your time, energy, and talent. If deep down you see yourself as unworthy of abundance, the world will agree. If you believe wealth belongs to others, but not to you, then money will stay away, as if it heard your inner command. But when you raise your self-worth, when you begin to truly feel that you deserve good things, that you are valuable, that you have something meaningful to offer, money begins to find its way to you almost mysteriously. It's not magic, it's alignment. Everything you earn, every opportunity you attract, every deal, client, or blessing you receive, all of it is a mirror of your self-image. The wealthy person and the struggling person can work equally hard, but their results differ because their internal settings are not the same. One sees money as a natural extension of their identity. The other sees it as something outside of themselves, something rare, hard to reach, and fleeting. The first one acts with calm expectation. The second one acts with silent fear. That's the difference between magnetism and resistance. Money doesn't just respond to effort, it responds to energy. When you walk through life believing that you're enough, that your presence matters, that your ideas hold weight, you begin to project a frequency that draws wealth. Confidence in your worth gives your energy gravity. People feel it, opportunities sense it, and money obeys it. But when you walk with doubt, even small opportunities slip away because that uncertainty signals to the universe that you're not ready. The world doesn't decide your worth, you do. The universe only reflects the value you set for yourself. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to get lucky again and again? It's not luck, it's identity. They expect good things. They don't approach life asking, why me? They think, of course me. And that expectation becomes reality because their inner story gives permission for abundance to enter. If you constantly see yourself as behind, as less than, as undeserving, then no amount of hard work will permanently change your outer world because your inner story will always pull you back. Your self-worth is the thermostat for your wealth. If you raise it, everything else rises with it. Many people unknowingly push money away by the way they speak about themselves. They say things like, I'm not good with money, or I'll never afford that, or that's too expensive for me. What they don't realize is that those words aren't casual, they're contracts. Every sentence you speak becomes an instruction for your subconscious mind to follow. When you label yourself as someone who struggles financially, your mind finds ways to make that label true. But when you begin saying, I deserve financial ease, money flows easily to me, I'm worthy of wealth, your subconscious starts seeking ways to make that asterisk true instead. You're always right about what you believe. That's the power and danger of self-perception. Money also mirrors your boundaries. When you know your worth, you stop accepting underpayment, disrespect, and delay. You stop chasing people who treat you like an option. You stop saying yes to what drains you. You begin to understand that saying no to small money makes room for big money. You stop discounting your skills just to be liked and start charging what you're truly worth, not because you're greedy, but because you're grounded in value. The moment you stop negotiating your worth, life stops sending you situations that test it. Raising your self-worth is not arrogance, it's awareness. It's knowing that your energy, time, and creativity are sacred. It's realizing that you don't need to prove your worthiness through overwork or people pleasing. It's remembering that abundance is your natural state, not a reward for suffering. The more you treat yourself like someone valuable, the more the world treats you that way. The same way a store displays its items to signal value, you display your energy. If you act like your gifts are cheap, people will pay accordingly. But if you present yourself with confidence, integrity, and certainty, the world adjusts its price tag for you. The relationship between self-worth and money runs deep because both are rooted in belief. Think about it. People who feel undeserving of love often sabotage relationships. People who feel undeserving of wealth often sabotage opportunities. They procrastinate, they undercharge, they hesitate to speak up. Why? Because deep down they fear success as much as failure. They fear being seen. They fear responsibility. So they shrink, hoping the world won't notice them. But the truth is, the moment you start believing that you can handle more, that you deserve more, life gives you more. You rise to the level of your belief, not your desire. To change your outer reality, you must first change your inner conversation. Start asking yourself, how much do I really believe I'm worth? Do I believe I can earn beyond survival? Do I see myself as capable of wealth? Or am I still seeing myself through the lens of scarcity? These questions are uncomfortable but necessary. Because once you identify the old story you've been telling yourself, you can write a new one that says, I am valuable, I am worthy, I am ready for abundance. Every time you affirm your worth, you expand your capacity to receive. When you treat yourself with respect in how you spend, how you work, and how you speak, you set the tone for how life responds to you. People start mirroring that respect back. Opportunities start to align. Money starts to flow, and it's not because anything outside of you changed. It's because you did. You stopped vibrating on the frequency of lack and started vibrating on the frequency of worthiness. Money is not chasing talent, it's chasing certainty. It's looking for people who know who they are and stand firm in that knowing. When you anchor yourself in your self-worth, you stop being easily shaken by rejection, setbacks, or competition. You understand that rejection doesn't reduce your value, it redirects you toward what matches your vibration. You begin to trust the timing of your life instead of panicking about what's missing. That trust itself is confidence, and confidence attracts abundance. So, when you think about wealth, don't just think about work, strategy, or luck. Think about self-worth. Think about how you talk to yourself, how you treat yourself, and how you carry yourself. Because money listens to your energy, not your excuses. It mirrors your sense of deserving, and when you finally see yourself as someone worthy of comfort, freedom, and overflow, the reflection in your financial life begins to change. The day you stop doubting your worth is the day money stops doubting you. The law of vibration says everything in this universe is energy. Every thought, every emotion, every word, every action, all of it vibrates at a certain frequency. Money too is energy. It moves, it flows, it responds to vibration. It is not just paper or numbers on a screen. It's a living current that moves toward the people who vibrate in harmony with it. When you speak with confidence, when your energy says, "I already have it," you raise your vibration to the level of abundance. When you speak with fear, doubt, and desperation, you lower it. And here's the secret: you can't attract what you vibrate against. You can only attract what matches your frequency. So if you want to attract wealth, you must first tune your inner frequency to match the energy of wealth, and that frequency is confidence. Confidence is the sound of alignment. It's the emotional vibration that tells the universe, "I am ready to receive." You can tell the difference instantly between someone who speaks from confidence and someone who speaks from scarcity. One commands attention, the other seeks it. One projects calm certainty, the other begs for validation. And money, like people, responds to energy that feels certain, calm, and stable. When your energy carries doubt, money doesn't trust you. It senses your uncertainty, your inconsistency, your inner chaos, and it stays away because its nature is flow. It cannot flow into a blocked channel. That's why your vibration matters more than your effort. Hard work without alignment is struggle. Confidence with alignment is magnetism. When your vibration is low, you speak from need. You say things like, "I hope it works," "I wish I had more," "maybe one day." These words carry the vibration of lack, and the universe responds with more of that. But when you raise your vibration, your language changes. You begin to say, "I'm grateful for the wealth already flowing to me. I trust that my work brings value and value returns to me. Money comes easily and frequently." Those statements aren't wishful thinking, they're vibrational commands. They shift your frequency from scarcity to abundance. They tell the universe, "I already have it within me." And because your outer world mirrors your inner vibration, reality eventually adjusts to match that energy. Every emotion you feel broadcasts a signal. When you feel gratitude, joy, peace, and confidence, you vibrate at a high frequency. That frequency is magnetic. It draws in experiences, people, and opportunities that match it. But when you feel fear, frustration, or self-doubt, your vibration slows down, and abundance can't connect to that slower signal. It's like trying to tune in to a radio station, but being just a little off the right frequency, you hear noise instead of music. That's what happens when you vibrate out of alignment with wealth. You feel resistance, struggle, scarcity, and confusion. The solution is not to work harder, but to vibrate higher. The way to raise your vibration is through emotional mastery and confident speech. Every time you speak words of power, you generate energy that lifts your frequency. When you say, "I am enough," your vibration rises. When you say, "I always attract what I need," your vibration stabilizes. When you say, "I am ready for abundance," your energy expands. Confidence isn't just a mental state, it's an energetic frequency that can be felt, heard, and seen. People who are confident seem to glow. Their words carry weight, their movements have purpose, and their presence calms the room. That glow isn't physical light, it's vibrational clarity. The law of vibration also teaches that like energy attracts like energy. So, when you think poor thoughts, you attract poor circumstances. When you think wealthy thoughts, you attract wealthy experiences. You might not see it instantly, but energy always balances itself out. If you live in constant fear of losing money, that vibration tells the universe, "I am someone who loses money." And so, situations align with that belief. But when you vibrate with gratitude and confidence, when you feel rich even before the money arrives, the universe rearranges circumstances to keep your vibration consistent, and that means bringing in wealth to match your energy. Confidence becomes your tuning fork. When you stand tall, when you speak your desires with authority, when you move as if success is inevitable, your vibration strengthens. The universe begins to echo that signal back in the form of opportunities, people, and ideas that elevate your life. It's not coincidence, it's resonance. You don't chase money, you become the frequency money chases. You don't demand success, you become the energy success recognizes. The law of vibration is always working whether you believe in it or not. So you might as well use it intentionally. The beauty of this law is that you don't need proof before believing. You need belief before proof. You must first vibrate like the person who already has what you desire. Speak with certainty before you see evidence. Move with assurance before you see the outcome. The world doesn't reward those who wait for signs, it rewards those who act like the sign is already here. Confidence bridges the gap between your desire and your manifestation. It creates the emotional alignment that turns ideas into results. Many people misunderstand confidence as arrogance. They think being confident means boasting, shouting, or pretending. But true confidence is calm, quiet, and powerful. It's not about proving yourself to others, it's about resonating so strongly with your inner worth that nothing can shake it. When your vibration is grounded in self-trust, you no longer need external approval. You know who you are, and that certainty radiates outward. That radiation is what pulls abundance in. The more you trust yourself, the more life trusts you back. Think about moments when you felt unstoppable, when everything seemed to fall into place, when people responded to you, when ideas flowed effortlessly. In those moments, you weren't overthinking. You weren't worrying about outcomes. You were confident, aligned, vibrating high. That's the state where manifestation happens. That's the frequency where money moves freely. The key is to make that state your default, not your exception. You train your energy daily through thought, speech, and emotion until that confidence becomes your natural vibration. When your vibration is strong, even silence speaks for you. You don't need to convince or chase. Your energy does the talking. People feel your authenticity, your calm power, and your trust in yourself. And because the law of vibration never fails, that confidence ripples through the invisible field around you, sending out a message that says, "This person is ready for more." Opportunities appear, connections form, Money circulates all because you finally tuned yourself to the frequency of abundance. That's why the law of vibration and confidence are inseparable. Your voice, your thoughts, your energy, they're all instruments in the symphony of creation. When they play in harmony, life dances to your rhythm. When they play out of tune, life sounds like noise. So tune your frequency to confidence. Speak your truth with power, and watch how effortlessly money begins to flow toward you. Because the vibration of abundance is not something you chase, it's something you become. The conversation you have with yourself in private is the foundation of everything you experience in public. Every thought, every whisper in your mind, every silent statement you make about who you are and what you can have, becomes a blueprint that the universe quietly follows. Your self-talk is not just mental chatter, it is the script that programs your subconscious, and your subconscious runs your life. You can't speak words of defeat inside your head and expect to live a victorious life outside it. You can't whisper, "I'm not good enough," and expect the world to treat you like you are. The way you talk to yourself is the way life talks back. If your inner dialogue is weak, hesitant, or filled with fear, then no amount of external motivation can sustain your growth. But when you start speaking powerfully to yourself with authority, belief, and confidence, you change the frequency of your life. The most powerful conversations are the ones no one hears. When you wake up and look in the mirror, what do you say to yourself? Do you speak like a person who's ready for abundance, or like someone waiting for permission to deserve it? Most people sabotage their success not because they lack skill, but because they lack belief. They rehearse limitation in their minds every single day. They say, "I'll never be rich. Money's hard to get. I'm not lucky like others." And the universe, being perfectly obedient, says, "As you wish." You manifest what you meditate on, and your self-talk is your meditation. Every time you repeat a phrase, you are giving your subconscious an instruction, and your subconscious will find a way to make it true, not because it's good or bad, but because it's obedient. If your inner voice constantly criticizes, doubts, and complains, it's like watering weeds instead of flowers. You might say positive affirmations out loud, but if your internal dialogue doesn't match them, the vibration cancels out. True transformation happens when your inner conversation aligns with your desires. When you start saying things like, "I am capable," "I am worthy," "I am ready for abundance," your subconscious starts to reprogram itself. It begins searching for evidence that matches that new identity. Slowly, your outer world starts shifting, opportunities appear. People treat you differently, ideas flow. It all starts with words you say when no one is listening. The subconscious mind doesn't understand jokes, sarcasm, or self-deprecation. If you constantly say things like, "I'm broke," or "I'm terrible with money," or "I never have enough," your subconscious takes it literally. It starts scanning for patterns that support those statements. That's why you must guard your words carefully. Speak only what you want to live. Talk to yourself like you're speaking to someone you deeply love and believe in. Imagine how you'd encourage a friend who's struggling. Now give that same compassion and belief to yourself. You cannot build wealth from a place of self-hate. You cannot attract abundance while rejecting yourself internally. Confidence begins in your self-talk. It's not about pretending, it's about programming. When you say "I am," you are invoking the most powerful creative phrase in existence. Whatever follows those two words shapes your reality. I am confident, I am prosperous, I am abundant, I am blessed. These statements aren't just affirmations, they're activations. They tell your subconscious who you are becoming. The more you repeat them, the deeper they sink into your belief system, and eventually your actions, decisions, and energy start to align with that identity. People who talk confidently to themselves project an entirely different frequency. You can hear it in their tone, see it in their posture, and feel it in their presence. Negative self-talk is like invisible sabotage. You could be doing everything right, working hard, showing up, learning, but if deep down you keep saying, it won't work, you're sending mixed signals to the universe. It's like pressing the accelerator and the brake at the same time. You move nowhere. But when your self-talk becomes consistent, when your thoughts, words, and actions all align toward abundance, momentum builds. Suddenly, things start happening faster. You make bolder decisions. You say yes to opportunities you used to doubt. That's because your inner dialogue no longer argues with your dreams, it supports them. Think about the language of successful people. They speak possibility, not limitation. They say, I'll figure it out, not I can't. They say, there's always a way, not it's too hard. They speak faith in motion. You must train your self-talk to do the same. When challenges arise, speak calmly and powerfully. This is temporary. I'm growing through this. I know solutions are coming. That kind of language keeps your vibration high even in the face of problems. And a high vibration attracts better outcomes. Fear and frustration make your energy heavy. Confidence and faith make it magnetic. If you've spent years talking yourself down, it might feel strange to start speaking powerfully. Your mind might resist it at first. It might say, this isn't true, or you're just pretending. But remember, your old thoughts were also learned, repeated, and reinforced. You weren't born doubting yourself. You were taught to. So you can teach yourself to believe again. The subconscious mind loves repetition. The more you repeat empowering words, the more natural they feel. Eventually, those words stop being affirmations and start being your truth. Imagine your mind as a garden. Every thought you plant will grow, some faster, some slower, but all will bloom if you give them enough attention. Most people plant fear and wonder why their lives feel heavy, but if you start planting belief, speaking words like abundance, confidence, peace, power, success, your inner garden starts to flourish. Over time, that inner beauty spills into your outer world. Money, relationships, and opportunities start reflecting the new energy you've been cultivating inside. Speak as if you already have it. Speak as if you're already successful, already wealthy, already living your dream life. Don't wait until your bank account confirms it. Speak it until it does. Yourself-talk is the frequency the universe tunes into. If it hears confidence, it sends more reasons to be confident. If it hears doubt, it sends more reasons to doubt. The world echoes back the sound of your soul. That's why speaking with faith isn't lying, it's creating. You're not pretending to be rich, you're aligning with the energy that makes you rich. Every morning, remind yourself who you are becoming. Every night, thank yourself for how far you've come. Treat yourself. Walk like sacred communication, because it is. You are constantly in conversation with creation. And when you finally begin speaking from a place of power, when you stop criticizing yourself and start commanding your destiny, you will notice that everything begins to shift. Your relationships strengthen, your opportunities multiply, and your finances expand. Not because something magical happened overnight, but because your inner world changed. You started talking to yourself like someone who deserves it all, and the universe simply agreed. Energy doesn't lie. You can't fake it, you can't mask it, and you can't hide it for long. The energy you carry is a silent announcement to the world of how you feel about yourself and what you believe you deserve. When you walk into a room, before you speak a single word, your energy has already introduced you. People can sense whether you're confident or insecure. abundant or desperate, certain or uncertain. That's why building the right energy is more important than any strategy, skill, or plan, because your energy is the foundation upon which everything else rests. Money, success, opportunities, and people all respond to energy. If your energy radiates confidence, gratitude, and self-worth, you'll notice how easily things begin to flow toward you. But if your energy carries doubt, fear, or scarcity, even the best opportunities will slip through your fingers. Energy is like a magnet. It pulls in experiences that match its frequency. You've probably heard it before, like attracts like. But it's not just a nice saying, it's physics. The vibration you send out through your emotions, thoughts, and actions determines what you attract. If you constantly operate from lack, saying, "I don't have enough," or "I can't make it," you create an energetic wall that blocks abundance. But when you start shifting your state, when you act, speak, and think from the energy of "I already have enough," "I'm growing every day," "I'm open to receive more," you raise your vibration. That's when doors start opening. That's when people suddenly start saying yes, because your energy is saying yes first. You have to understand that money doesn't flow to noise, it flows to alignment. When you chase, beg, or stress about it, your energy becomes scattered. You're sending a mixed message to the universe. "I want it, but also I don't have it." That contradiction repels abundance. But when you're calm, confident, and centered, when you vibrate from a place of certainty that what you desire is already on its way, everything starts aligning effortlessly. People who attract money easily are not always the most talented. They're the most energetically aligned. They don't hustle from desperation, they move from conviction. Their energy says, "I belong in abundance." Think about a time when you met someone who just radiated presence, someone whose energy made you feel inspired, safe, or uplifted. That's power. They didn't need to say much. You just felt it. That's the same kind of power you want to cultivate when it comes to attracting wealth. You don't have to constantly prove or perform. Your energy does the work for you. When you operate from gratitude, confidence, and peace, you become magnetic. You start seeing opportunities where others see problems. You start feeling calm even when things look uncertain. That's not luck, that's energetic mastery. You must begin each day by protecting and building your energy. Before you pick up your phone, before you check messages or dive into stress, take a moment to center yourself, breathe deeply, speak words of power, feel grateful, visualize abundance. These aren't small rituals, they're energetic resets. They remind your subconscious of the frequency you're meant to operate on. The more you do this, the more natural it becomes. Soon, you'll notice that your baseline energy, your default vibration, becomes one of confidence and peace. From that place, everything flows smoother. Money begins to appear in unexpected ways, not because something external changed, but because your internal signal became stronger. Understand this: money loves clarity. It moves toward people who are certain. When your energy is clear, focused, and calm, you send a direct signal that says, "I'm ready, I'm open, I'm capable." But when your energy is frantic, fearful, or impatient, the signal becomes distorted. The universe can't send blessings through static. That's why emotional regulation is so crucial. When challenges come, don't let your energy collapse. Stay grounded. Breathe, remind yourself, "I am still in control of my vibration." That kind of composure keeps your energy powerful even in chaos. Your energy also shapes how others treat you. People subconsciously mirror the vibration you project. If you carry yourself like someone who deserves respect, people will respect you. If you carry yourself like someone who values time, others will value your time. But if you radiate insecurity or fear, People sense it and the world responds accordingly. That's why it's not enough to look confident. You must feel confident. You must own your worth at the energetic level. No fake smiles, no pretending. True energy cannot be imitated. It must be built from within. Start observing the environments and people that affect your energy. Some conversations lift you, others drain you. Some habits strengthen your vibration, others weaken it. Be ruthless about your energetic hygiene. Protect your peace like it's your fortune, because it is. The more stable and high your energy, the more wealth you can sustain. You can't hold abundance in a chaotic frequency. You must first create the inner stillness that allows abundance to flow. That's why meditation, gratitude, and self-reflection aren't luxuries, they're wealth practices. You'll know your energy is shifting when things that used to bother you stop affecting you. When instead of reacting, you respond. When instead of forcing, you flow. That's the sweet spot where you stop chasing and start attracting. That's when your confidence becomes quiet but unshakable. You no longer need to prove your worth, you just live it. You trust that money, success, and blessings are already orbiting toward you because you've become the kind of person they naturally gravitate to. So guard your energy like it's sacred, because it is. Speak life into it. Feed it with gratitude, not complaint. Move with intention, not desperation. Carry yourself like the future you already exists, because energetically it does. The universe isn't responding to your wishes, it's responding to your energy. And when your energy says, I am abundant, I am ready, I am confident, the universe echoes back, yes, you are. Every word you speak carries weight, not just sound, but vibration, power, and creative energy. Your words are like seeds planted in the soil of the universe, and they will always return to you multiplied. That's why it's not just important what you say, but how you say it. The tone, the intention, and the emotion behind your words are the real transmitters of energy. You can say, I'm fine, and still vibrate with defeat. You can say, I'll make it, and still sound like you doubt yourself. But when you speak with certainty, when your voice carries the conviction that your success is inevitable, everything around you starts to rearrange in your favor. Most people underestimate the power of their own voice. They think manifestation is something mystical or distant, but it begins right there in the sentences you speak every day. You are either speaking life into your dreams or speaking death into them. You are either commanding your future or complaining about your present. Every I can't, I don't have, I'm not ready becomes a lock on your potential. Every I am, I can, and I will becomes a key that opens new doors. Words are frequencies, and money is attracted to high frequency speech, confident, calm, and clear. When you speak like you already have what you desire, you match the vibration of that reality, and it begins to manifest. You've seen this truth play out before. There are people who don't seem particularly special, but everything they say seems to come true. When they speak, you believe them because they believe themselves. Their words carry power because they're not just talking, they're declaring. You can feel their energy, their certainty, their alignment. That's the energy of creation. The universe responds to conviction, not confusion. When you speak clearly and with faith, you become a walking command center for your destiny. Your words become orders the universe must fulfill. But here's the challenge: many people speak against their own success without realizing it. They say, I'm broke, I'm unlucky, money never stays with me, things never work out. These are not harmless phrases, they are energetic decrees. Every time you repeat them, you reinforce a pattern in your subconscious mind. You make those statements real. Your words become the architecture of your limitations. You must start catching yourself paying attention to the language you use, because the universe doesn't distinguish between jokes and truth. It simply mirrors what you say with emotion and repetition. Start speaking differently. Replace "I can't afford it" with "How can I afford it?" Replace "I never have enough" with "More is always coming to me." Replace "I don't know what to do" with "The right answers are revealing themselves." Small shifts in speech create massive shifts in vibration. You're not lying, you're redirecting energy. You're teaching your subconscious mind to seek abundance instead of limitation. Every powerful person in history understood this principle. What you repeatedly say, you eventually see. When you speak, speak with power. Speak with energy that moves mountains. Don't mumble your dreams, proclaim them. Don't whisper your goals, declare them like they are already written in the stars. When you say, "I'm building wealth," say it like you mean it. When you say, "Money flows easily to me," say it with a calm assurance that doesn't need evidence yet. Speak as if the future is simply catching up to your voice, because it is. The universe is listening not to your hopes, but to your tone, to the energy behind your word. Your words also shape how others see you. When you speak confidently, people trust you. When you speak with calm authority, people follow you. When you speak with joy and certainty, opportunities gravitate toward you. This isn't manipulation, it's magnetic energy in motion. You become a force people can feel. They may not understand why they're drawn to you, but they'll feel your clarity, your presence, your direction. That's what happens when your inner and outer words match, when your private self-talk and your spoken words are aligned. You no longer sound like you're trying, you sound like you are. But it's not enough to speak confidently only when things are going well. The true test is how you speak when things fall apart. Do you complain, panic, and speak fear into your situation, or do you hold your tone steady, declaring peace and abundance even in the storm? That's when the universe listens the closest. Because anyone can speak faith when it's easy. Real creators speak power in the middle of chaos. When everything seems uncertain, that's when your words matter the most. If you can speak abundance in scarcity, you'll attract abundance faster than you can imagine. The key is consistency. Don't let your speech shift with your circumstances. Let your circumstances rise to meet your speech. Every day, affirm your truth out loud. I am confident, I am capable, I am wealthy, I am powerful. Say it while you drive, while you walk, while you work. Let those words become the rhythm of your energy. The more you speak them, the more they embed themselves into your subconscious. Soon, you'll find that your external reality begins to mirror your internal language. People will treat you differently. Opportunities will appear. Money will begin to flow not because you forced it, but because your words commanded it. So guard your mouth like a gate to your destiny. Don't let idle, fearful, or small talk slip through it. Speak with purpose. Speak with faith. Speak as if your voice carries creative power, because it does. You are a transmitter of reality, and your words are the signals. The moment you begin speaking from belief instead of need, from confidence instead of fear, everything shifts. Speak wealth until you live wealth. Speak confidence until you embody it. Speak success until the universe has no choice but to catch up to your declaration. Confidence is not arrogance, it is alignment. It is the quiet knowing that you are capable, deserving, and prepared for what's coming. It's not shouting, "Look at me." It's radiating an energy that says, "I know who I am." When you truly believe in yourself, you stop chasing validation, and that's when money starts chasing you. Because confidence is magnetic. It draws people, opportunities, and success toward you without effort. Every wealthy, influential, and powerful person you admire carries one thing in common: certainty. They may have flaws, they may make mistakes, but their energy never doubts who they are or where they are going. Confidence turns ordinary effort into extraordinary results because it fuels everything you do with conviction. When you lack confidence, even simple opportunities feel heavy. You question your worth, your ability, your timing. You second, guess your choices, and that hesitation leaks into everything: your tone, your posture, your actions. And here's the truth. People can feel hesitation before you ever say a word. Money, too, feels it. Energy doesn't lie. The universe doesn't reward doubt. It rewards direction. So when you move like you already belong in the world of abundance, the world begins to make space for you. Confidence isn't built overnight. It's trained moment by moment. It starts with the way you carry yourself. Every time you choose to act boldly instead of shrinking, your confidence muscle grows. Every time you speak up, take a risk, or show up when it's uncomfortable, you're sending a signal to your subconscious. Asterisk, I can handle more. Asterisk, and your subconscious believes you. The next time a challenge comes, it remembers that strength and responds with certainty instead of fear. You start living from a higher vibration, one where things don't intimidate you anymore, because you've already proven to yourself that you can rise. Confidence doesn't mean you'll never feel fear. It means you trust yourself even when fear whispers. It means you move forward anyway. You acknowledge the doubt but don't bow to it. You say, I hear you, but I choose power. That choice rewires your entire nervous system. Suddenly, your body language changes, your shoulders lift, your tone deepens, your gaze steadies. You walk into rooms differently, you speak differently, you negotiate differently. The world responds to that difference, because people and opportunities are always watching for one signal. Asterisk certainty. Asterisk think of confidence as your inner wealth. Even before the external money arrives, the energy of wealth begins with how you carry yourself. If you constantly wait for proof before you believe in yourself, you'll always be chasing it. But if you start believing asterisk before asterisk, there's proof. If you move as though the outcome is already written, you activate an invisible law of attraction. Life starts responding to your inner authority. You become the kind of person who commands success naturally. You don't have to beg, you don't have to prove, and you don't have to perform. You simply asterisk are. Asterisk people with true confidence are calm in uncertainty. They don't rush decisions out of fear. They trust their instincts. They don't compare their journey to others. They stay in their lane with power. They don't get intimidated by success. They celebrate it, knowing their turn is coming. That energy is magnetic because it's rare. In a world full of insecurity and noise, a calm, confident person stands out. And that's exactly what draws money and influence their way. You become the stable frequency in a chaotic world, and everything unstable starts aligning with you. If you want to build confidence, start small but stay consistent. Keep promises to yourself. When you say you'll wake up early, do it. When you say you'll finish a task, complete it. Each time you keep a promise, you strengthen yourself. Trust and confidence is built on self-trust. People think confidence comes from success, but it's actually the other way around. Confidence creates success. It's the courage to act asterisk before asterisk you see results. The more you trust yourself, the more risks you take. The more risks you take, the more you win, and with each win, your belief deepens. It's a cycle of power that never stops growing. Your confidence also teaches the world how to treat you. When you undervalue yourself, others will too. When you hesitate to speak up, others talk over you. But when you walk and talk with authority, when you know your worth, people mirror that energy. Clients pay more, leaders respect you, opportunities flow easier. The world responds to the vibration you project, and money, being energy itself, moves toward those who move with confidence. Even in your darkest moments, when everything feels uncertain, that's when you need confidence the most. Speak powerfully, even if your voice shakes. Walk boldly even when the path isn't clear. Tell yourself, I've come too far to doubt now. That sentence alone carries frequency. It wakes up something in your spirit. It reminds you that you've already overcome things that once terrified you. You've survived, learned, and risen. Confidence isn't about perfection, it's about remembering your power. And the more you embody that energy, the more money, success, and peace flow naturally toward you. Because confidence and abundance speak the same language, they both operate on the frequency of asterisk I am enough. Asterisk, you don't chase when you know your value. You don't beg when you know your power. You don't compete when you understand your uniqueness. You simply rise calmly, consistently, and unshakably. That's the kind of confidence that doesn't just attract money, it commands it. Gratitude is the secret amplifier of abundance. It's the invisible bridge between where you are and where you want to be. When you start appreciating what you already have, you unlock the energy that attracts more. Gratitude isn't just about saying thank you. It's about asterisk feeling asterisk rich before the riches arrive. It's an energetic declaration that says, I already have enough and I'm ready for more. You cannot vibrate lack and expect abundance to show up. The two frequencies cannot coexist. Gratitude shifts you instantly from scarcity to sufficiency, from worry to worthiness, from fear to flow. Most people think they'll feel grateful once they have money, but it's the other way around. You start receiving money once you asterisk feel asterisk grateful. Because the moment you genuinely appreciate what's already in your life, the food, the air, the roof over your head, the skills in your mind, the people around you, your energy expands. You stop resisting, you stop clinging, you stop saying, I'll be happy when, and instead begin saying, I'm blessed now. That shift in vibration tells the universe, I'm ready to receive more because I can handle what I already have. Gratitude is proof that you're managing your current blessings with awareness and peace, and that's what invites new ones. Every morning when you wake up, you have a choice to focus on what's missing or what's already working. That choice determines your frequency for the entire day. Gratitude tunes your energy to abundance, while complaint tunes it to scarcity. The universe amplifies whatever you focus on. If you dwell on problems, they grow. If you focus on blessings, they multiply. Gratitude is like sunlight to your energy. It nourishes everything it touches. Even in hard times, when nothing seems to go right, gratitude finds the light. It says, this too is teaching me something. This too is part of my growth. When you practice gratitude deeply, something incredible happens. Your confidence grows naturally. You begin to realize how much you've already overcome, how far you've already come. You see that every closed door was redirecting you. Every setback was strengthening you. Gratitude takes your pain and turns it into power. You stop viewing challenges as curses and start seeing them as catalysts. That mental shift builds resilience, the kind of calm strength that keeps attracting better outcomes. You start moving through life not with anxiety, but with assurance, because you trust that everything is working for your good, even when you can't see it yet. Gratitude is not passive, it's magnetic. It doesn't mean you settle, it means you elevate. When you are grateful for what you have, you emit a vibration that calls in more of it. If you're grateful for your small business, it grows. If you're grateful for your little income, it increases. If you're grateful for your current opportunities, new doors appear. Gratitude opens energetic gates that effort alone cannot. You can grind for years with stress and still struggle, but one moment of deep gratitude can align you with miracles you didn't even plan for. That's how powerful it is. People who live in gratitude radiate a certain calm power. You can feel it when they walk into a room. They don't complain. They don't rush, they don't compete. They move like everything is already working for them. And that calmness makes others trust them, want to help them, want to work with them. That's why gratitude indirectly attracts money. It makes you magnetic, trustworthy, open, and joyful. No one wants to work with someone who's always frustrated or bitter. Gratitude gives you a glow that cannot be faked. It's the real wealth energy, the kind that can't be taken away even when circumstances change. If you want to rewire your mind for abundance, make gratitude a daily discipline. Don't just write down 3 things mechanically. Feel them. Feel what it means to have clean water, to be able to breathe, to think, to try again. Feel the blessing in your challenges, because each one is shaping your strength. Before you sleep, instead of replaying worries, replay blessings. Whisper thank you for what went right, and even for what didn't, because everything is data. Everything is development. That small ritual rewires your subconscious mind while you rest. You start waking up in a higher vibration, ready to receive more with peace instead of pressure. The irony of gratitude is that it gives you the feeling money promises, even before money arrives. It gives you peace, joy, and fulfillment, the true currencies of wealth. And when you feel rich emotionally, life responds by making you rich materially. Because your vibration becomes one of wholeness, you're no longer chasing, you're allowing. You're no longer begging, you're aligning. You're no longer worrying, you're trusting. Gratitude teaches you that you were never lacking, you were just overlooking. So, start thanking life even for the smallest things. Thank your struggles for shaping you. Thank your past for teaching you. Thank your future for forming itself in your favor. Every thank you is like opening a window to let abundance in. Speak gratitude out loud, it multiplies faster that way. Say, thank you for the money that's already flowing. Thank you for the opportunities I haven't seen yet. Thank you for the people who believe in me. Speak it until your heart believes it. Because once you truly do, your entire world will shift. Gratitude is not just a feeling, it's a frequency. And once you live on that frequency, money, success, and peace can't help but find their way to you. Faith is the engine of manifestation, the invisible power that turns thought into reality. It's the unshakable belief that even when you can't see it, something greater is already working in your favor. Faith is not blind optimism, it's divine confidence. It's looking at circumstances that make no sense and still saying, I know everything is aligning for me. That kind of energy bends reality. It changes how you move, how you speak, and how you attract. Because when you walk by faith, you act like the outcome is guaranteed, and that's exactly what draws it closer. Faith isn't just something you feel in peaceful moments. It's something you practice in chaos. When everything falls apart and you still choose to believe, that's faith in its purest form. It's the voice that whispers, keep going, when logic screams, give up. It's the calm presence that says, even this storm serves a purpose. Faith doesn't mean pretending challenges don't exist. It means trusting that challenges are the bridge, not the barrier. You begin to see delays not as rejection, but as divine timing. You start understanding that sometimes things fall apart because better things are being built behind the scenes. Without faith, your energy weakens, doubt creates resistance, it interrupts the flow, it makes you hesitate when you should act, fear when you should trust, and complain when you should be grateful. Doubt lowers your vibration, and money doesn't flow to doubt, it flows to belief. The universe mirrors your energy, and when your faith is steady, your energy is magnetic. You start noticing small confirmations, signs, coincidences, unexpected blessings, all reminding you that your faith is working. These aren't accidents, they're echoes of your alignment. Faith is a frequency. It speaks the language of certainty before evidence appears. People with faith walk differently, not because they know how everything will work out, but because they trust that it will. They take bold steps others fear taking. They invest, speak, and act with conviction. And that conviction becomes the catalyst that opens doors. When you believe with full energy, your body language changes, your decisions sharpen, and your tone carries authority. That inner knowing tells the universe, I'm ready, and the universe responds. Faith doesn't ask, when will it happen? It declares, it's already on its way. That shift removes desperation. You no longer chase opportunities, you prepare for them. You no longer worry about timing, you master patience. Because faith and patience are twin forces, patience is faith resting. It says, I can wait because I know it's coming. And when you rest in that vibration, miracles move faster. You become a calm magnet for abundance instead of a restless chaser. You can feel it when someone is grounded in faith. They have a still power, an unbothered energy that draws everything they desire. But faith also requires alignment with action. You can't just speak belief, you have to live it. Faith isn't sitting still waiting for miracles. It's taking steps as if the miracle is already done. You move with assurance, even when your circumstances don't reflect your vision yet. You speak confidently, you plan boldly, you act decisively. Faith without motion is empty, but when belief and movement combine, your vibration becomes unstoppable. The universe doesn't reward hesitation, it rewards faith-driven action. There will be moments when faith feels impossible, when life tests you, drains you, or leaves you questioning everything. But those are the moments when your faith becomes real. Anyone can believe when life is easy. True power is believing in the dark what you once celebrated in the light. In those moments, remind yourself that growth often hides behind discomfort. Sometimes, faith looks like losing something you wanted so that you can gain something you needed. Every unanswered prayer, every detour, every delay, it's not punishment, it's preparation. Faith also changes your relationship with money. Instead of fearing loss, you trust flow. You no longer grip money tightly in anxiety. You allow it to move freely because you know it's always coming back multiplied. You spend with intention, not guilt. You give generously because you know generosity expands your energy. That's the secret. Wealthy people understand faith is financial energy. It removes the vibration of fear and replaces it with certainty. And that certainty opens channels of income, opportunity, and abundance that logic alone could never predict. If you want to strengthen your faith, speak it daily, even when you don't feel it. Say, everything is working for my highest good. Say, money flows easily and consistently to me. Say, the right people, ideas, and opportunities are aligning for me right now. Speak it until your voice carries conviction, until your mind believes it, until your energy radiates it. Faith grows through repetition, not of words alone, but of energy. Each time you choose belief over doubt, your spiritual muscles expand. You start walking lighter, speaking clearer, and glowing brighter. Faith is the fire that turns thoughts into gold. It's what transforms vision into victory, hope into manifestation, and dreams into destiny. It's your reminder that even when everything seems uncertain, something higher is orchestrating the pieces perfectly. So keep believing when logic fails. Keep walking when the path is foggy. Keep speaking abundance when your bank balance is low. Because faith doesn't follow evidence, evidence follows faith. The universe is already aligning to meet you at the level of your belief. So raise it, hold it, live it, and watch how reality bends to match your faith. Gratitude is the amplifier of abundance, the secret frequency that turns what you have into more. It's not just a polite thank you. It's an energetic declaration that says, I am already blessed and I'm open for more. Gratitude transforms your entire vibration. It shifts you from lack to overflow, from chasing to attracting. The moment you stop complaining about what's missing and start celebrating what's present, your energy changes. You stop pushing things away with frustration and start pulling opportunities toward you with appreciation. Gratitude doesn't wait for everything to be perfect, it creates perfection through perspective. Every time you give thanks, you send out a signal to the universe that says, asterisk, I am ready to receive. Asterisk, gratitude is faith in action. It proves you already believe abundance is yours. It's easy to be grateful when life feels easy, but the real magic happens when you practice gratitude in chaos. When the money hasn't arrived yet, but you still say, thank you for the wealth that's already on its way. When opportunities seem scarce, but you still say, thank you for what's unfolding behind the scenes. That kind of gratitude doesn't just acknowledge blessings, it creates them. Because the universe responds to the frequency of appreciation with multiplication. People often think wealth starts with strategy, but it actually starts with state. Gratitude is that state. You can't receive more while resenting what you have. The vibration of complaint closes doors. The vibration of gratitude opens them. You'll notice that when you shift into gratitude, your thoughts soften, your energy brightens, and your perspective widens. Suddenly, new ideas start flowing, synchronicities appear, and money begins showing up from unexpected directions. That's not luck, that's alignment. Gratitude changes your relationship with money too. When you're grateful for every dollar that